Hello, so here are some stretches that you can do in your little break to make sure that your shoulders are supple and your wrists are not getting seized up. So the first one I want you to do, I just want you to bring your feet hip distance apart. You're going to reach the hands up over the head. You're going to interlace your fingers. You're going to push the hands up and you're going to stretch up lovely and tall as you can go. As you do this, I want you to spread your toes, plant the heels into the floor. Make sure you don't stick out your bum here. I want you to keep that tailbone tucked under as you lengthen up all the way through the arms. Try and keep the shoulders away from the ears and just give yourself a really long stretch. And then you're going to bring your hands back by your side. You're going to bring your feet slightly wider. You're going to turn one hand so that it's facing away from the leg, and you're going to reach the arm up and over to the side. So we're getting a good stretch all the way along here, along the side of the body. Stretch the fingers, keep the other shoulder away from the ear, and reach up as tall as you can go. So we're not worried about how far to the side you go. It's much more about how long can you make this space between the rib and your hip. Big breaths and come back down. Same on the other side. Spread the fingers and reach up and over. So if you can keep the fingers spread and you can really stretch out through the fingertips, that's going to give you a wrist stretch at the same time as this side stretch as well. So you're getting a double whammy for your money here. And come all the way up. Make sure you're engaging your core as you come up. You're coming from your belly and not your back. Right, then we're going to bring one hand up. You're going to bring it behind. So it's like you're touching between the shoulder blades. If you can't reach, don't worry, just reach wherever you can. And you're going to take the other hand, you're just going to place it onto the elbow. So here, hopefully we're getting a stretch along the bicep. Imagine you're reaching your elbow up towards the sky and away from your ear. So again, spread the fingertips on the shoulders. And swap over to the other side, so you're doing the same on the other side. And release. Take the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers, shrug the shoulders up to the ears, slide them away, and imagine you're trying to bring your hands away from your bum. Then again, you're going to scoop the tailbone, pull the belly button back to the spine and have a little look up towards the ceiling, like you're trying to squeeze your shoulder blades together behind your back. Big breaths and make sure that you are pulling your belly button in so your lower back isn't taking the strain here. And then use your abs to get yourself to stand back up. You're going to bring your legs slightly wider apart. You're going to turn your toes in ever so slightly, so it's not a complete pigeon toe, it's just a very, very slight turning of the toes. You're going to bring your hands on your hips and you're going to come up and over into a forward fold. So we're not coming all the way, you're just going as far forward as you can go where you can maintain a flat lower back. We're going to keep the weight equally between the front and the back of the feet. And I want you to imagine that you're shining your sitting bones, so your bum bones, up and back. Imagine you've got a ball between your legs that you're gently squeezing, and this is going to get it right into the hamstrings. And then you're going to pull the belly back and use your buttocks to get yourself to stand all the way back up. Heel toe your feet together. And you're going to bring one leg out in front and you're going to turn the toes up towards the ceiling. So it's like you're flexing your foot. You're going to try and keep your hips level. So the tendency here is to drop one hip, but see if you can keep your hips level. And we're going to see if we can hinge forward. Again, trying to just come as far forward as you can with a flat lower back. That might be that you're only here, and that's fine. all we're after is a stretch in the back of that front leg. If you can, though you're probably feeling a bit stiff from your bike, so don't force this, but if you can, you might want to fold down and take a hold of the foot. But honestly, if you're feeling stiff from your bike, don't force this because it'll take the stretch out of the back of the hamstring and into the lower back if you overstretch that one. And then again, pull yourself back up. Let's do the same on the other side. Flexing the feet. Hinging forward. Coming into a stretch in the back of that front leg. If you're feeling supple today, you might want to come down and take a hold of that foot, but it is quite a big stretch, so only do that if it feels really, really good. And come all the way back up. Give yourself a little shake. Let's go for a stretch in the front of the thigh there. So you're going to pick up one foot and you're just going to take it behind the bum. Taking a hold of trouser legs, count as taking a hold of the foot. And release. Same on the other side. Pick up the foot. Stretch in the front of that thigh. And release. I'm going to take one arm across. Keep the shoulders down. Spread the fingers. And just give yourself a stretch across the body. And same on the other side, take the other arm across. So you're not putting hand onto elbow, it's just in front of the forearm. And release, give that a shake. You're going to cross your arms, so you're bringing your hands to face each other. You're crossing the hands, then you're turning the palms. So you're turning so the thumbs will be up at the top, and you're turning them down to the bottom, and then you're interlacing your fingers, and you're going to bring your hands up over your head. So here, I want you to imagine that you're trying to bring your shoulders away from your ears as you reach the hands up, and imagine you're trying to squeeze your biceps into your ears. And release. Take the bottom hand, bring it onto the top, and do the same thing. And release. Give yourself a little shake. This final one for the shoulders. This is going to depend how supple you're feeling today. If you're feeling quite stiff, just stay with the lower option today. So the first option is to cross the arms at the elbows. So you're trying to get the arms further across than the elbow. So the cross is higher up on the arm than the elbow. And then you're going to bring the arms in line with the shoulders. If that feels nice, you're going to stay there, or you're going to bring your hands so the hands are back to back. This is quite a big stretch, and for some reason some bodies can do it really easily and some bodies just really don't like it. So just do this one if this one isn't working. If that feels nice, you're going to stay there, or you might even bring the hands palm to palm. Now, the tendency here is to open up in the top of the back, but we're trying not to do that. You're going to pull your belly in, and you're going to see if you can reach your elbows up and away from the body and the hands away from the face. And you should feel that right between the shoulder blades. I can feel that definitely there. And we're going to have 3 deep breaths. And release. Give yourself a little shake. We're going to remember which one was on top the first time. We're going to do the other one this time. Either just bringing the hands crossed, bringing the hands back to back, or even palm to palm. Keeping the shoulders down, elbows away from the face. And 3 deep breaths here. and release. Give yourself a shake. So we're just going to do a couple of hand stretches, and I'm going to come down so you can see what I'm doing with my hands. First of all, you're just going to twinkle your fingers. And you're going to bring your hand out in front. And we're going to stretch the fingers. So instead of thinking about bending the finger backwards, that's not what we're after. What you're after is imagine that you're almost trying to lengthen the finger. So we're taking the finger and it's like we're lengthening the finger rather than you pulling it back. We're giving that a good old stretch. And then the next one. And then the next one. And then the next one. And finally your thumb. Spread your fingers as much as you can. And then you're going to bring your thumb to touch the knuckle of your little finger. You're going to close the other fingers around it. And you're just going to bring the thumb down. So you've got your wrist like this. And instead of trying to bring the knuckles down towards the forearm, what you're trying to do is you're trying to lengthen it away. So it's like you're trying to almost pull the hand away from the wrist and then down. And that's going to give you a stretch along the top of the wrist there. And then give it a little shake. Same thing on the other side. Bring the hand up. Lengthen those fingers. And finally your thumb. Stretch your hands, bring your thumb over towards the knuckle of your little finger, close the other fingers around, and we're stretching it down. So again, you're not trying to stretch the knuckles down towards the forearm, like you're trying to stretch it away and then down. That's going to be what's going to give you a lovely stretch at the top of the wrist. You don't need to be too extreme with this, just the gentlest stretch here is going to give you the most benefit. And give yourself a little shake. And off you go back on your bikes. Enjoy the second leg of your journey. Bye bye.